It did work, and no one can say it didn't.
I don't see us on. Oh, well, I guess.
You guess.
Are we live?
We should. Bro, it says we're live.
Okay, so we are live.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Just gotta turn my mic on. My mic is on.
Please do. Alrighty.
Beep, 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 beep.
Swamp Day. I just rewound it to the beginning, so now I'm watching it while we're talking about it.
Oh God.
Keep the opinions fresh. That's what you love about analog. I can run that while I'm doing this.
Oh jeez. The hell is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Connor go?
Oh, I'm still here.
He's chilling.
I can see everything.
Same here. He's the all-seeing kinda.
I see everything.
All right.
Shall we get to
right
Gavin?
now? Okay.
'Cause right now,
All
I'm
right.
just admiring Swamp Thing and his awesome six-pack. Why does a plant have a six-pack? Discuss.
Something. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna get this shit done.
Say my shit.
Okay. I guess we're ready.
All right.
That one's stupid. Okay. All right. I'm ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to BatYard's finest. Wait, I'm not even recording.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Here we go. It's inevitable. Forgetting
now
to
I'm
hit that button.
Now I'm recording.
All
Matt,
right.
are you recording?
Well, I've been recording. I thought we
Oh.
were recording a while ago, but you know.
Why do you always do that to me? All right. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to BatYard's finest. Bring you the finest of Batman and Superman pop culture from BatYard Productions. I'm Josh, and here we have two co-hosts that we haven't had on the show at the same time before. So I don't know what order we're gonna go in, but I guess we'll start with you, Matt. So go ahead. Take it away. The floor is yours.
What's up? Now your turn.
Okay.
Whatever, which way?
You're
which
looking
way?
wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
go
my
ahead.
screen you looked at Josh.
Well, I got it's not mirrored, so it's weird.
Yeah. How's it going, folks?
What's up?
I am Connor Donovan. Dead excited to be here.
Awesome. So yeah, we both had you guys on the show, obviously multiple times. This is the first time we have all three of us. There's been technical difficulties, even though Connor and I are in the very same place.
I'm
We're
wearing
using
2 sets
totally
of headphones
different-
right now.
Yeah. So that's how complex this whole recording system is. So if we want to just get into the thick of things, we have DC news. We have a lot of news to talk about. There's almost too much news to talk about. How much news is there? So much
A
news.
lot.
But
A whole bunch has come out of the world of DC in video games, movie, and television.
yeah.
Lot
So
that we're
if one of you have something specific you want to talk about beforehand.
Matt, you and I were discussing how excited we are about the Suicide Squad game that's
Oh,
coming
dude,
out,
it's gonna
Kill
be
the Justice
awesome.
League. It looks
I-
tight. The graphics, I mean, what we saw was a cinematic experience created by the game company to entice us into it, but consider me enticed.
Well, isn't
That
the
trailer
same,
was great.
Isn't the same company as made the Arkham? Arkham
Yeah,
Knight and the rest of
Rocksteady.
the Batman game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rocksteady is making
So
this.
it's gonna be actually a pretty dope game, including the trailer actually shows off a little weird situation with Superman. So
Oh yeah,
I
like
kind of want to see how that goes.
yeah, it seems
Brainiac
like
got to Superman.
yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
taking over basically all the Justice League, but it seems like you're going to be hunting down the Justice League, but I highly, highly doubt that you'll be able to kill any of the core members of the Justice League. Just how like
brutally
maybe.
beat
how
up.
Injustice was. Like you couldn't even kill each other in Injustice.
Sure,
so
yeah.
that's
I
that's
think
what I'm
Shazam
kinda-
beat.
in Injustice.
Hold a minute. Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't do
that's
that.
true. You
though.
didn't really play as that. It was just like
no, that was a cutscene.
a cutscene. Yeah, and Superman killed a
They took the
8-year-old
joy from
child. That was terrible. I'm not really a big fan of those Injustice, the storyline at least, because
Gameplay's
it kind
pretty
of
awesome.
takes away everything I like about Superman. But anyway, that's besides the point.
But then it gives it back to you. Yeah, you're right. But that's not news. That's the olds.
Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks
speaking
really
of,
fun to play as like Killer Croc, not Killer Croc. What's the shark's name? King
King
Shark.
Shark.
Yeah,
King Shark.
yeah, that looks like it'll be really fun.
is the shark.
I don't understand if this is like part of the like Arkham timeline or if it's a separate.
Doesn't seem like that.
Yeah.
I would say
It wouldn't really make
it should.
sense if it was. Yeah.
It should, but it couldn't. Maybe they won't do it. I don't know. It depends on what they want to do with it. It is set to be released. What was it? August 6th of 2021. That's what Google
Mhm.
has it set for. In case of any delays, I don't know. That's what we have to wait for. I kind of want to know what the pre-order setup is going to be like when they release it. Like what statues or like what kind of downloadable content they're going to add to it.
Yeah,
I'd
when
be
did it-
pretty psyched if I had a King Shark statue.
That'd
I'm
be
not
cool.
trying to. I'm not saying that
King
he
Shark looks
should be
pretty rad.
the only one that gets a statue, but I would rather have that statue.
Oh, there's gonna be a Harley Quinn statue.
definitely.
There's
yeah.
always a Harley Quinn
If it's
statue.
like all the three main core people, like, well, what was it? We only had
Deadshot.
4 characters that showed up in that trailer.
There's
That they
Deadshot,
Mhm.
King Shark, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
I think that was it. I think that was all the characters that
if they
were
make
shown.
if they make the primary 4 characters as a statue together, that'd be so dope.
That would be cool. Even individual ones
Look
would be
nice
cool
on your
too.
shelf.
They should do both for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
So
to
that,
choose
And then the other
different
video
versions, villains or heroes.
no, it definitely
You could
looks
have,
cool.
well, which are they?
No, I mean like as
Who's
a
who
downloadable
in this world?
content.
When the hell is the new systems even coming out? Like, when is that even happening?
November.
Both
They're
of
trying to
them?
plan for November. I know. Was it PlayStation is aiming for November, and
Oh, that's right.
Xbox wants to aim for November. They always land for the Christmas season.
Mhm.
So,
Of
but I
course.
heard PlayStation is only limiting the amount of PlayStations they're trying to put out.
Hmm.
And Best Buy kind of like screwed it up by hiding the prices because they still haven't announced prices for PlayStation yet. But everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be cheaper, maybe around $350 or lower for like the digital, maybe a lot more for the disc version of it. But my friend Jimmy just saw that Best Buy put out the pre-order like wait list, and they have a loan system for over like anything higher than $499, and it's already preset there for that freaking console. It wouldn't be.
And Jimmy
there if
works
it
for
wasn't
the
there.
Washington Post, the New York Times. Where's
No,
this
he's
source
just a
coming from?
random gamer, man. He just loves his shit.
He's some
He
dude I
works-
met at
he
GameStop. I've
owns
got
the
inside
PlayStation
sources.
company.
He is
owns
Mr.
it.
PlayStation.
He owns.
No,
Yes.
but like that's like a little hint saying that either system is gonna be higher than $500.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
definitely. I mean, I don't
So-
remember how much the 1 and the 4 cost. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
how much does
they
that cost?
They
Like,
both started off
probably around
$500.
$400. yeah, exactly. So it's
Multimedia
gonna be
pricing.
more than that. It's
So,
gonna be more than $500.
I would say the disc is actually, if they put the digital out, it'd probably be around like $500, like a standard. And if they do the disc edition, it'd be at least around $600, $650. I would say that. I wouldn't go any further any higher, but it'd be outrageous if they hit 700 higher.
God, I hope not.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, which
Oh,
is
man.
coming out pretty soon.
I can't. wait
That
for
looks
that.
a lot better than the Emancipation of Harley Quinn or whatever the hell the title is
Emancipation of
called.
It's the
What is it
Birds of
called?
Prey. It's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, but
It was
they
Birds of Prey.
kept-
Then they changed it to Harley
They
Quinn.
changed the title.
Yeah, they
They
changed
did?
it to Harley Quinn and the Birds
Yeah, they
of
changed it
Prey.
like 3
Yeah.
times because no one
Oh.
was watching the movie. So it was
Well,
like I think it was like the first one was Emancipation Harley Quinn, and then like this whole like tagline, and then it was like just eventually changed to Birds of Prey. I don't know
Huh.
because no
they
one's seen
changed
the
it one more
movie.
time. No, because everyone complained that the movie was too much Harley Quinn than the Birds of Prey, so they changed it to Harley Quinn.
To subvert
and the Birds of Prey.
expectations.
Yeah,
So
Sure,
it's
to
weird.
subvert
It's
expectations.
weird.
I don't know.
I mean, there's
I
no
haven't
denying
seen it.
Margot Robbie was the most marketable member of that cast. Can you name any of the other cast members off the top of your head? No, you cannot.
of what of the
Birds of
Harley
Prey,
Quinn
Harley
movie?
Quinn.
Yeah,
The Curious
Ewan
Case of Harley
McGregor,
Quinn, whatever it's called
Ewan
now.
McGregor.
Oh, that's true. He was Black Mask.
Yeah, so there you go. That's it. Those are only 2 I got.
Okay.
It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, man.
That's all you needed. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi. But anyway, this looks
We have the high
amazing.
ground knocked.
The James Gunn version of it's
Yeah.
like it seems like it's like a half soft reboot of the last Suicide Squad. So it seems like it's
Yeah.
continuation while simultaneously ignoring what the last
What
movie
happened.
even was. I want DC to kind of go into this direction. I don't know how you guys kind of feel about
this
this.
is what
Yeah.
James Gunn's supposed to do. I think he's supposed to soften up DC's movies a little bit by giving it that comic book look,
Yeah,
but
that
at the
feel.
same time giving it that like amazing theater feeling, that whole the storyline presence and all that stuff. Because even like with this slightly trailer that they just put out and just showing off the characters, the costumes look freaking awesome instead of being like too dark, too oversaturated, too like exposed. They actually are wearing real costumes that aren't crap. Harley Quinn actually is wearing a costume that you can probably see
Yeah,
her wearing.
she looks great. Yeah, she looks like Arkham City. It looks like that outfit.
Yeah.
And I don't
Killer
like how
Shark
they.
is not a person. It's a CGI monster that works well. And I hear people are kind of like bitching about him, but
Wait, King
the
Shark's
design-
in that?
King
Oh,
Shark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in there.
I
And
forgot.
people
I'm like
are
combining
kinda
the game and the movie into one
Yeah.
thing in my mind. You know, I can't really differentiate
It's
both
similar.
of them yet because
There's some
they look
people
like the same
complaining
thing
about him.
at this point.
There's some people complaining about him because they're doing like the torpedo look of his face for the shark, how he kind of should look.
Remember.
That's what a
Well,
shark
I don't
looks
know.
like. It's what he looked like in the comics. He had a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
old shark head.
They're giving him the shark face and everything, but like the people are like, well, these guys did it this way. The Flash
Like, I don't care
King
what they
Shark
did.
looked pretty good, but like I kind of want to see how this one rolls.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what
It's only a
DC's been
trailer.
doing more recently. It's all about multiverse now, which I think it lends
Multiverse.
itself very well to
Oh yeah, that could be
them
they could,
opening
like, do some
themselves
weird
up
thing.
to them opening themselves up to more creative directors like James Gunn.
Yeah,
they're
they could
giving
do
them
their
this-
own vision.
Exactly, they're giving them an opportunity to make a
Joker.
movie, and we'll worry about where it fits in to our grander scheme here.
So
And I think
if
that's
they-
going to do DC a lot of favors.
So they have the ultimate like pullout. Like if they fuck up, they could go like,
Exactly,
"Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's like a part of some shitty universe that
Yeah.
no one cares about anymore." You know?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
the ultimate crush. You know,
And that's as much as you should really need anyway. That's as much justification as you should really need in any of these movies.
Yeah.
I kind of do wonder if this movie does do good and they want to do a Suicide Squad 3. Would James Gunn continue onwards with?
Yeah,
doing
he's like
another
seems like
one?
he's like
because
I
he's
think
back
Disney
in Marvel
hired
again.
him. Yeah, I
They
think
brought him
Disney
back
hired
because
him again.
everyone's like, "You guys are jerks. You shouldn't have done.
They're
shouldn't have,
stupid.
like, fired him."
They made a dumb move.
Yeah.
And then DC was like, "Oh, here's our opening.
They
We can get a
snagged him.
director who's actually
They snagged
successful
him.
with this stuff." Yeah.
Basically.
And then Disney was like, "Oh fuck,
Get him back.
Yeah, let's
get him back.
Mhm.
Why would we give them to our openly to our competition?" Which is
That was
totally on Disney. That was just a
tactical
decision
blunder
on
there.
them. You know, and like just
To be fair,
Just-
after
just
Brightburn
Disney.
came out, I'm sure they weren't too worried.
yeah. Oh, Brightburn.
Yeah,
that-
which kind of fizzled, if you ask me.
He didn't direct that. That was like he produced that movie. He didn't direct it. So,
Oh.
you know, it's like when Sam Raimi has his name attached to that stupid alligator movie that came out
That
last
was
year.
actually
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
You
That
know,
was
like
to
I
sell
don't
the
remember
movie.
that, but like people thought, like people see the name Sam Raimi and are like, "Oh, he directed that." I'm like,
Mhm.
no,
Yeah.
he didn't actually direct it. So it's kind
That
of like
was
the
to-
same kind of
That
tie.
was to sell tickets. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they just put their name on there so they could sell tickets.
Well
like,
played.
Exactly. I know. Well, what do you guys think of the Batman? What is it? When does it come out? The 2021.
Yes.
With Robert
I
Pattinson.
believe
What do you guys
so.
think of that?
Yeah.
I
That
think
trailer looked awesome.
Yeah,
I love it. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
a return
excited.
to the
Good for a
noir
reboot.
style of Batman,
Mm.
which I missed.
The logo looked like Batman the animated series, like just how the font looked with the red and the black. Like it felt
Yeah.
very Batman the animated
I can
series.
see that.
I think this movie's going toward. I believe it's going towards the Dark Knight series, like the comics. Giving
Yeah.
more of the brutal feel to it.
You can
If
feel
you
that.
read the Dark Knight setup.
Are you talking about the Dark Knight Returns? Is that what you're talking about?
The Frank Miller ones, right?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah. What Dark Knight? What are you talking about?
Like,
Like
the dark, like the comic series, not the Dark Knight.
Oh, like the new
Like
new
that's-
52 one where he's like
Yeah.
looks like
Oh,
more
okay.
rugged. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think
I
they
actually-
want to go that way, but give them still the fit slit setup that's not like
Yeah.
overly bulky.
It does look like that. I haven't read those. I haven't read those new 52 where it's like early Batman, but the costume is like reminiscent of that.
Mhm.
I just it looks like it's very early on Batman, so like I hope this is just like phase 1 Batman costume, so I don't mind that it looks kind of weird. You
Maybe
know,
in the
so-
next movie we'll see something
Yeah,
different.
a little upgrade, you know, and they do that with all these Batman movies. Like, there's always an upgrade. Like, look at even the Michael Keaton Batman. The next Batman Returns, he had to upgrade the costume, and then freaking Val Kilmer had a stupid looking
Yeah,
car, and then so on and
silver
so
suit.
forth. Yeah, and then George Clooney had the ice suit. It was just to sell toys. So, I mean, I give this a little more credit than the stupid George Clooney movie. It doesn't look like they just made this costume to sell toys.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe in the future, some other Joel Schumacher-esque director will take over on these Batman movies. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, no, it looks awesome. It does look cool, and I like the makeup on the Penguin. I forget what's the actor's name who does the Penguin.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, that's
Connor.
Colin Farrell.
Yes. It doesn't look
Colin
anything
Farrell,
like him.
man. What a
Doesn't look like
what a
him at all.
chameleon. What a chameleon that guy.
That's perfect.
They
You know.
changed his face. I showed my mom that, and she's like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "That's that guy."
Yeah.
What?
Boy,
That's
I thought he screwed himself up for Horrible Bosses. Man, he looks like the Penguin. He
looks great. Yeah, it definitely has that like rugged feel, and this movie seems like it's going to be really gritty. And Matt Reeves directed those Planet of the Apes films. I know Connor's a big fan of.
Yes.
I
know,
do
I'm excited.
enjoy those myself. Like those are really good movies. So I think it'd actually be an interesting take. And now seems like we're having 3 Batmans on board at the same time. I think Ben Affleck's confirmed to come back in the Flash movie. Michael Keaton.
He's doing one.
I think Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are supposed to be in the Flash movie. So it seems like they're doing a Flashpoint, but something else. So that's going to be their rip, their opening to the multiverse. I just hope Michael Keaton's not just like in one scene. Like I hope they actually utilize his Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
on Tom Welland's Michael Keaton.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
I was Batman, but not anymore.
Yeah, and then they just do Kevin Conroy. Yeah, exactly. Connor and I were just talking about this, like a cameo thing from that DC
I'm Batman.
Universe show.
Anyway, good luck.
Yeah,
Bye.
goodbye.
See you again, never.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the only thing I'm a little disappointed about, like this whole DC event, like what is it, like DC fandom, something like that. There was very lack of Superman news. I haven't really heard anything about Superman. There's no confirmation of Superman or Henry Cavill or anything. But I think they're doing I heard they're doing a part 2 at some point in September, which is basically now. So I think they're doing like another half. So hopefully it's more of a Superman presence during that.
Well, the other newest thing that's out that just got released, not like I think last week or the beginning of this week, was that Superman Man of Tomorrow.
That looked good. That's true. That's true, but I wouldn't say that's like for the future. That's like present. At least that's something new of Superman coming out.
Yeah, it's something new that came out.
The animation studio at DC has been doing a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, the animation department should take over for their film department because they actually
whoever's writing for those guys needs to write for live action.
No, 100%. You know, I wish they took Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, who were in control of the animated like DC universe, and just took them like, all right, you guys obviously know what you're doing. Here, do the movies as well. You know, like if they're on spheres, like with the Kevin Feige. You know, I wish they grabbed them. I don't know why they didn't. But
you can get away with a lot more in animation than you can in live action. There are some things that we wouldn't
very
accept.
true. But the tone, and it's like so, especially with Batman the animated series, is so realistic and like kind of like feels real world. And like just doing these characters in general, you kind of have to like play more to the real world than like, you know, say like a Roger Rabbit cartoon or like Bugs Bunny.
Sure.
You know, so. You know, you could definitely use the frame of these stories. You know, obviously don't do the same thing verbatim. You know, I'm just saying, you know, the feels and how they kind of, you know, use all these characters like and progress through all these.
Those movies have a lot of soul.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all I'm asking. Just give it a little gravitas, and it seems like they are swinging in the right directions. You know, now it's a little late, at least kind of for me. You know, I'm still obviously going to see these movies. You know, I'm excited, but you know, I just kind of have a bad taste in my mouth from everything else. And
just keep thinking of Shazam. Just remember Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam. I did enjoy Shazam. Shazam was the little like beacon of light. I was like, oh, this is the movie I wanted to see. You know, this is the Superman movie I wanted. But it wasn't Superman, you know.
God damn it.
Yeah. But with the Snyder cut, I don't know if I know people care.
No, yeah.
I don't really
and the crowd goes mild.
Care. I really don't really care about it.
I'll
see it out of curiosity, but I don't think it's going to be good.
I saw Henry Cavill in the black suit. That's all I wanted. I'm good.
Wait, what's that?
I saw Henry Cavill in the solar suit, and I'm good.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I don't really. It's not like they're gonna use.
But is it worth paying the membership for watching this movie?
Do it for 1 month and then
just
cancel
once.
1 month, cancel. That's basically what
I'm
I'm
hoping
doing.
for the free trial, like 7 free days.
Yeah,
and I'll just like. All right, I got my 1 day clear.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna make it like a series, like a 4 episodic part kind of thing, and like kind of milk all the juice out of it, or like actually make it a movie.
I think they should just make it a movie. If they're gonna do it that way, that's kind of just bull.
Just do it, get it over with.
Just really mean.
Change everyone's opinion.
I really don't care. No one's opinion is gonna be changed. Like everyone's
not. It's the same.
Everyone's raving about Zack Snyder.
Late.
Like they forgot Batman versus Superman was a movie that he directed.
That made.
Like that wasn't good. There's
No,
good
was
parts
it?
in it. There's good parts in it, but I didn't. That was not a good movie. It was
Grass
very
always looks
convoluted.
greener on the other side, I guess.
Yeah, the surface area it was like polished enough, but like underneath the, what it looked like on the screen, it was just there was nothing to it. It was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, but I'm sure that movie's very conflicting. It has like its diehard like fans where everyone loves, like those people really love it, and then there's people who are like, movie's terrible. It doesn't really seem like there's really any in between. It's like either you love it or you hate it, and I think how I feel about it. I don't really want to get into that. But yeah, with the Snyder Cut, it seems, I think people are like gathering around. Like I heard there's rumors that Zack Snyder is going to take the reins of a sequel to Man of Steel, like doing another Superman. I'm like, no,
Fine.
don't I don't want
Stay
that.
away from that.
Stop.
Get away from You had your
Get
time.
Snyder out of there. Snyder.
It's our time now.
Everyone seems like he's a saving grace, and I
not.
don't believe he is.
He started running. And
he had his shot.
Tripped.
He had his shot, and he shot a few blanks. And I think we need to move on. I think it's admirable that he's finishing this film. I'm curious to see that, like see his original vision. But after that, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him ever again. He can do
no more in DC.
After this, Zack Snyder, we are done professionally.
Yeah, he could do like the cinematography. Like if he was like the director of cinematography for all the DC movies, then fucking awesome. He knows how to frame a shot for sure. Like all these movies look beautiful, but other than that, no, I don't want him to write any of these scripts or have his hands in the creative side with that. Just the cinema,
I would like to see. I bet Zack Snyder would do a good job if he didn't have so much on his back working for DC.
Yeah, maybe some other character.
The studio loads these people up with a lot, and Zack Snyder is a creative mind.
Something else.
He's
not good at writing
follow
stories. He can frame a shot, but his pictures look very nice. But yeah, there's the story and the substance. It's not there for me.
I gave up on him right when Batman came out. Batman Superman came out, and I just didn't want to see it anymore.
Yeah,
I thought Justice League was gonna be better when they got the new director. When he had to disappear from it, I thought it was gonna be a little bit saved, but like
it was okay.
It got ruined.
I know Justice League is a clusterfuck, but at least it was like kind of a fun time.
Yeah, it had some good moments. I like the part with the Flash with the family when he moved.
Him running. I guess the whole family was one of those.
I sure hope this is East.
Yeah, that was stupid. And Superman saved people. I was like, "Whoa, yay! I could clap."
Finally.
I'm not gonna clap. Like I'm not 4 years old, but like I was a little ecstatic inside. I didn't. It wasn't like Superman murdering a whole city in front of my eyes. I'm like, oh my god. This is the worst thing I ever seen.
But I'm also a big fan of Justice. That was a classic Superman line.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted. And he smiled. I was like, oh my god. When was the last time we seen Superman smile? Fucking back in 2006. That was the last time.
Brandon Roth. Yeah.
And even he was mopey, but at least he felt like Superman. But I don't know. Anyway, with all these new DC movies coming out, are you excited for any of them?
What about you guys with Wonder Woman?
Oh, definitely excited for Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 84 looks rad as hell.
I think it looks good. I don't think it's going to be great. I think it'll be fine. I think it's going to be passable.
I don't think it's going to pass the first one. It's going to be a par, but it's just going to be like, eh.
It looks very much... It looks very much like a Deadpool versus Deadpool 2 situation.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool 2 is good, but only because of how good the first one was.
I kind of like Deadpool 2 a little bit more. It was a little more creative with the plotting and everything. With the time travel, it's a little more interesting to me.
That was pretty cool.
I like them both. They're good movies. They're two different setup of movies because one's a setup movie for Deadpool and one's his actual adventure. Like so, that's how.
Sure, and this is the same relationship.
Yeah. So just two different stories, like two different movies set up. So I didn't.
Yeah.
I just saw there was. I didn't try to compare them at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
seem
thought they
like
were just good.
I'll compare them when they're both out.
But
No,
I
get
just
it.
don't think DC. I don't know. I just with the movies like movie theater situation. I think DC should have like kind of like try to hold back a little bit more to see how everything goes on with the world right now with like
Yeah.
how everything's
I
working.
don't think they should announce so many things, but
No, they
I
should
do
just
want a
take
Superman.
a breather. I
Give me a
kinda-
But I want my
I
Superman.
know, but like
Yeah.
I think like with this
I know,
Wonder Woman
Josh.
thing,
Give me a
with this Wonder Woman thing, I think they just should like kind of see what happens, like how the news goes with the theaters.
Yeah, I think you're right.
See if there's any people like getting the corona
Still-
from the theaters.
Or
and all
just
that
stream
shit.
it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems
well,
like
that's what-
they're.
DC, not them. That's what Disney's doing with like their movies. So like, but
Well,
they're
some of them,
asking
not
for
Black
an arm and a
Widow, right?
leg.
What are they doing with Black
Yeah.
Widow?
Black Widow, I think that one is being. I think that one's still being pushed back.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't heard a date yet, or haven't seen a date yet for her.
but it's
So-
been pulled. Its official release has been pulled.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know Mulan. They're releasing it as a rental for $30.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like an arm and a leg, but still
Yeah, no,
you get
I
to
forget
see the
that.
movie.
If you get like, that would make sense if you get like a group of people. But if it's just
Yeah.
you, it's not worth the $30. But like,
No.
say you get like
in my own
5
home.
people, then it would be worth it.
Gives us three going
Because
to
a movie
watch
ticket,
it.
how much is a
It's
movie
$10.
ticket nowadays? Like
Movie
$10.
ticket now, $15.
Yeah, say, and then like literally you get, if it's 2 people, you're paying the same admission as you would
Yeah,
with going to a movie. So say you get like 5 people,
yeah.
split that between yourselves. It'll be less, more cost effective than paying a ticket to a cinema. Even though with the cinema you get a bigger screen and probably better sound depending on your setup. Personally,
Mm.
I don't have surround sound. I'd like surround sound, but I don't have it.
I would like that.
Yeah, but
you guys can figure something out. You set yourselves up.
I don't know. We're just gonna go to your house, man. We're all going to your house. We're gonna have
all
a
right.
big.
You're all
cinema
welcome.
party. Yeah. Do you guys
got a
have any
smart
like
TV.
other DC news or like BS you want to go through before we get to the main event?
No, that seems like all the new stuff.
Yeah, same here.
Matthew?
We're all good.
I know there's probably more stuff, but that'll be for another time. But anyway, so we're going to the magnum opus of Swamp Thing, originally released October 31st, 1990.
Magnum opus in that it was ultimately the only thing that this team would ever release from Swamp
Yeah.
Thing.
So Connor, you're the
Yeah.
one who introduced me to this, so I want you to take the reins. What is this show? Why did we watch this?
Sure. So I dusted off this old copy of I've got the box art hanging around right now. I got this guy, Swamp Thing, as released in what was it, 1990 something?
Yeah, it was
Stereo.
1990. It was
1990.
released on
Connor.
Halloween originally.
Oh wow. Well, timely then. Yes, perfect
Yeah.
Halloween adventure.
Connor, how many episodes is on that one video?
Just the one.
Just
the one
the one.
45-minute
Yeah.
episode. or
Just
whatever.
the one. Okay.
And apparently this is
So-
the only one that ever got released. So
No,
What?
there's 5.
there's
There's
5.
there's
There
5
is?
episodes.
There's more?
Yes,
Oh, God.
there's 5 in total.
We need to eBay these for you, Connor.
There's 5
Send
in
me the
total.
VHSs. I can play them.
It got canceled after 5 episodes.
Mm.
So that would show you the quality of this show.
But this was
Oh,
an amazing
God.
time for animation when it became like so widespread. Because like in the
Yeah.
80s, animation was like huge, with like
Mhm.
children's stuff that like musical accompaniment, that sort of thing. Like animation was a show that you put on. And I feel like the 1990s were sort of the end of that, where cartoons and animation became more casual, something you'd see on TV more, like for children's television shows, as like larger and larger studios became more interested. But then you got stuff like this, that was made by like 12 people in a rented office space somewhere in Southern California. there's a lot of like small C-list releases like that, and there's some of my favorite things in the world. Just because of how delightfully camp and just egregiously awful they can be.
Yeah, it was really bad. Connor showed me this. I think you watched it before you shared this viewing experience with me.
You have fresh eyes to this, Mateo.
Yeah. No. So the only thing I want to say a couple facts before we get into Matt's view, opinion on this, because I'm very curious. I love to hear Matt's process.
Love to hear Matt talk.
But okay, so the only thing I wanted to mention was that this show had a tie-in with Kenner Toys. So this show was made to sell toys. That's why there's so many characters that are basically filler.
That's why they all have these ridiculous vehicles for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They're all just meant to sell toys, and only lasted 5 seasons. And the company DIC, D-I-C, released this distributed this cartoon, and which is also distributor of that weird 90s Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon and the Real Ghostbusters, and which I thought was very surprising because the Real Ghostbusters is actually a pretty quality show. I think the writing on that is good. It's really good, and this writing's awful. So Matt, what do you think of Swamp?
Oh. Okay. I literally just watched this episode 2 hours ago. So because Josh is like, let me know. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna find you this video.
Let you know.
I'm gonna send you it. So don't do anything. I'll send you it. So about around 6 o'clock, I get this message saying, "Here's the video." I watched the video, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I watching?" I'm watching this video, and I'm like, "The theme song is Wild Thing, Swamp Thing."
Yeah, it is.
That ain't no thing. That's not okay to reuse someone's song and just
it's a pretty soulless reimagining of the song. Yeah.
Oh my god! It's just the animation. Is just okay. The script
Very
writing,
cheap.
the animation is cheap. I felt like I was watching a crappy Captain Planet for some reason.
That's exactly what he is. Really.
Yeah, he's all about the environment, just like Captain Planet.
I was literally watching that, and like, oh god, the lines are ridiculous. My only favorite character, I think, from the episode is the lizard head guy.
He had like a snake
the least
head,
inspired
right?
transformation of them all.
Yeah.
He just has a snake head now.
Yeah, it like, God, it was like, oh. There's a part when there's like that guy that looks like the Green Goblin, but he ain't the Green Goblin. He's driving like a boat, I think. In
the beginning.
And then Swamp Thing reaches out towards the boat, and he's like, "Oh, you missed me." And he's like, "You didn't do anything to me." He's like, "I don't think so." And he has the wheel in his hand.
I know exactly the point you're talking about, because he lets out a scream that is absolutely hilarious, and he has about like 20 years of time to like burn his momentum and stop screaming and solve his problem. Yeah.
Yep.
Anything.
It's just
the steering wheel. No.
I wrote that down in my notes. What's that line?
Then there's these people in the show. I really don't know why they're there. They're just there.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Those kids, right?
Point. Yeah,
Body Bayou and Tomahawk, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tomahawk.
Yeah, Tomahawk, definitely not voiced by an indigenous person at all.
Very dated. Yes, exactly. It kind of like took the Peter Pan approach to Native Americans to a degree. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah. It's
like
not...
no, they didn't dress him up or anything like that. But I mean, his name was Tomahawk. It's like the one word they knew that they could associate.
I think
with
their
him.
intentions with that character was, they were good. They're trying to show
every show had a formula.
This is cool. The Native Americans
G.I.
are
Joe
cool.
did it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like very simplified what their culture is about.
And
You know?
they're literally like, I'm actually watching the scene right now. They're driving around in their like wooden rigs that also have massive grappling hooks on them. And
Yeah,
like
it's ridiculous.
Tomahawk uses a crossbow that fires arrows, but like arrows from a sign, like not because again they're the toys.
Yep. But I'm just gonna say this, like, how do I even do this, Connor? Like
You seem like physically
G.I. Joe
pained
did.
by the knowledge that this exists now.
It kind of hurts me a little, but it doesn't because I'm more curious to watch the other 4 videos.
Me
But,
too
like,
now.
Like I'm curious, but like it's just like why it just. But like you said, like G.I. Joe doesn't mean G.I. Joe did something. Means that you can try to mimic it. Usually,
I know, yeah.
This show's trying to
But,
mimic.
like,
a lot of different
I'm sure the
other-
toys are just as fun, but the propaganda isn't quite
I
landing,
want to
so I'm
look
not
at the
sold.
toys, but like it's just like, it just hurts. It just hurts to know that like the thing is, I was talking about this with my dad, and because I was watching at the same time talking to him about like work business, and like he was like, "Oh, that was a good show back then," but I think he was very confused with like the
Was
live
it?
action show
Oh yeah,
to
that's
the
probably what it
freaking
is.
cartoon.
The live
So,
action
like,
show lasted at least like a
longer.
few
Like,
seasons.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's what I think he got confused with.
Yeah, yeah. that
But at
would
the
make
same
sense.
time, he was like, "Yeah, everyone enjoyed it. It was awesome." But,
It was so shit.
but no, that ain't a good show.
I
No,
doubt your dad's seen that show. Yeah, he's probably thinking of the live action.
Yeah, I think he was confused, but like
Yeah.
he did start watching, like hearing it and seeing the video on my phone, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I think I am wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
wrong.
really
I
bad.
think I'm confused." Yeah.
So with every aspect of the show, like the animation's just passable, the voice acting is just passable, but since it's like all these things that are like such on a low bar, like nothing like excels over like even like in any degree. It's all just like in this shitty bar, and it never gets every aspect of
Never
the
gets any
animation,
higher.
the voice acting, the backgrounds, everything. And it's just since the bar is so low, just the combination of each degree, how like awful it is, with the writing especially. The writing is so bad, and it's just like it all meshes into this big pile of terrible. It's just
This
makes
perfect
it
storm of dog
all
shit.
the better. Yeah,
Oh God.
it's so bad, and like you're saying before, like how this show was like emulating different shows. Like that, obviously, this was inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, with like all of the henchmen turning into mutants, like the bat, the snake, the weird bug barf creature, like in all the toys. I bet kids would have more fun playing with the toys than watching this show, because this show is so bad. It's so bad. I'm curious to what the toys look like.
I'm looking at them right now. I'm looking at them.
Wait, can you
Connor,
share? I want to see what they
I'm
look like.
trying. I found the tomahawk guy and the
Right.
crossbow.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
the monsters
Oh my
would be
God.
cool.
He literally uses exactly that crossbow in the show. Doesn't
Oh,
seem
I
effective
can't-
at all, but he manages to save the day with it.
I wonder if anyone like actually owns, these toys. Like, were they sold?
Is there anybody
I
who
guess so. They
claims the
released
copyright on
5
this?
episodes.
Right now, Tomahawk, the freaking tomahawk is going for $25 on this website.
Oh,
That's about right.
no one cares.
ActionToys.com.
It's been 20 years. It's been
So they're
20 years, and it's not
trying.
worth more than
It
$20
cost the same amount that it did back in 1990.
yeah. It's about right.
I can't share. I'm stupid. I'm on Safari, so I can't do nothing.
Oh,
But like
Mr.
it's just
Mad
I
Do
know
that
I
to yourself.
screwed up. But I'm
Oh,
just
no.
saying the toys look as shitty as the show. They're not good. Connor, you know how you're like the arrow looks like a street sign arrow?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how big the damn toy is. The arrow is as big as the action figure.
Yeah.
It's as big as the damn action figure. And then the Swamp Thing doesn't look like the Swamp Thing from the show at all.
Oh,
It looks
well.
a lot different. They changed the design slightly.
I mean, are you sure
He-
that's what it was supposed to look like, or did somebody just leave it on a windowsill for 20 years and it's slightly
Yeah,
melted?
No,
exactly.
no. There's
Because
some
nobody cares
still-
about this shit.
No, there's
It's
still
still in the
some
package.
still in the package, and they
Ooh,
just look
NRFB,
gross.
huh?
This guy's selling one for on eBay for $54.
It came with the
And
frame.
this one has
Oh.
like the what's it called? Like it has a slime arm.
I mean, that's not
He
bad.
hasn't.
Yeah, that's
$54.
what I
You
mean.
could
The
turn that
toys
over.
were
I bet a
probably
collector would still pay a lot for
cooler.
this at like a
No,
COD
no,
or
no, no,
something.
no. The slime arm isn't slime like like you remember those hands that we had as a kid that we threw in a
Well, yeah, I've still got them now. They've just grown a lot.
Yeah. This is not like that. It's not. It's a solid piece of plastic that looks like it's slimier.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like
And
the
already
holographic
breaching.
plastic.
Yeah, it's these toys aren't that good. They probably didn't sell good enough.
Have any of you like read any incarnations of Swamp Thing, or like watched any of the other movies? Like I know Wes Craven did like a movie back in the 90s. No, it's like old. Wes Craven did The Hills Have Eyes, the original Scream, and Nightmare on Elm Street. So like I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. I heard it's like wonderfully camp. I haven't read any Swamp Thing story. Where did Matt go?
Yeah, we lost Matt.
Did you just like close out, Matt? Did you like say, "Oh fuck this"? Oh, of course.
This is our technical producer, by the way, for most of the channel work.
Oh, here we go.
He's coming back.
Matt was so disgusted by the show that he left the stream. The toys actually look pretty cool. Like I would play with this when I was a kid.
Yeah. How much money did this product, I'm going to use the term, made?
Can you see my my screen?
I can see you.
You can see. Oh, you can't. What the heck? All right. Well, I don't know how technology works. So yeah, you at home, just fuck it. You at home, you look it up yourself. You got a phone. All right, you'll look at the toy. But
Screw you, Chad.
yeah. But so the one character I really wanted to die the whole time was what the hell was his name? So it
The
was
bad
JT,
guy, Dr. Arcana.
No, not him. It was the two sidekick characters. So it was JT, like he's supposed to be like the cool, like friend,
Sure.
like and
freaking then the ginger nut.
And ginger Ray Stantz lookalike, Dilbert. I wanted him to die. I wanted him to die the whole time. He was so annoying.
Well, I like when Dr.
awful.
Arcane captured them. His solution to them was put them in the attic forever.
Yeah.
That was his way of getting them out of there. He's just going to keep these two children in the attic, Jeffrey Epstein style.
And then oh my God, yeah. And then freaking Jem comes in, his niece Jem.
Oh yeah,
comes up and like lets him out and is like, she just lives with him. I don't know I don't understand that. Like, if you were a mad scientist, why would you want your nice? Like,
he is a mad scientist, but he's also like a totally reasonable stepfather. Like she doesn't catch any torture or punishment for any of the ways she's been abetting these kids and helping Swamp Thing. It's just like, damn you, Abigail, we will have a stern talking to after dinner when this is all sorted. I know I could never replace your real father, but damn it, I'm trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to my beakers and mutations.
Yeah, I think his motivation, he's trying to get immortality. He's trying to achieve immortality.
He is after Swamp Thing's growth formula, so he can use it to make himself immortal.
So have you guys like read any of the comic books or like watch anything, like know anything about Swamp Thing besides this cartoon? Because this basically is my introduction to Swamp Thing, and that's really sad because I heard the Alan Moore like comic books are pretty good.
Yeah,
You know, I
same.
know him
Basically.
through video game and cameos like in Justice League and stuff, but that's about it.
I would say I'm about the same in terms of knowledge. I know him from the old days of the serials too, like seeing just frames out of context of that. And I feel like a lot of people,
Right.
anyone with access to the internet knows, the old movie monsters, and Swamp Thing is sort of part of that.
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of feels
no,
like the
he's
creature from Black Lagoon, like
exactly.
mixed with a tree.
That's basically it. Yeah. Yeah. He's the Gillman
Yeah,
combined with
basically.
Captain Planet. He's this horrible Swamp
Yeah.
Thing,
Yeah,
literal Swamp
exactly.
Thing, which is probably how they got the name.
I heard that Alan Moore comic books are like one of the best comic books ever released. Like they're up there. Like that's
Sure.
how good I hear they are. I
Yeah.
haven't read any of them.
Alan Moore, very
I'd be
famous
curious.
comic writer.
Yeah, I think he did a Killing Joke. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure. But he did a lot of stuff. Watchmen as well. There's a lot of comic books I got to catch up with. Like I'm more in tune with the television and like movie aspects of like Batman and Superman and comic books, but I couldn't go like, oh, like if you ask me, oh, when was this character introduced? Oh yeah, in issue 124, you're blah blah blah. I'm not gonna know that, like that's
Sure.
not. I'm not the person to ask for that kind of information. But if you want to, you want to ask me about an actor or something like that, I could probably.
Well, the thing is, like a lot of
what it is.
people our age, a lot of millennials know these comic book heroes from stuff like this rather than comic
Right.
books. Because comic books sort of died off for a while in the 90s. Famously, as we know,
Way
Marvel
off,
was
yeah.
struggling for a long time.
Yeah, DC
And their
almost bought.
story is sort of toted up there. Yeah, they almost got bought out by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And then Michael Jackson would have been
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and he was
Can you
almost.
imagine a post Michael Jackson run MCU? Like,
I want
what
to
would be
see. I want
different?
to see the alternate universe where Michael Jackson just buys everything.
All things are Michael.
He buys Disney. He buys Marvel.
So basically, you're saying you want to live in the world depicted in Moonwalker.
No, I don't want to live in it. I just want to see it and then leave.
Don't make me a part of the nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Like a couple
Fair
days.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I'm just
Probably
a
one
visitor
day.
to this misery.
Yeah, there'll be like gangsters era again. Yeah, but I don't know. There's like, I'm very curious to what the other episodes are about. Like when I watched this with Connor, when you showed me this, I was basically yelling at the television the whole time. Like, what's happening? Who is this? What's going on? And I was just like trying to find the avenues like I liked. Like I was like, oh, the backgrounds look nice, but like they literally move like 2 frames, like every like two or 3 frames, then they move, and then they still, it's like
you can hear where the voice actors are pausing to look down and read the next paragraph of their line.
Yeah, exactly. The dialogue is probably the weakest aspect, is the writing. It's just so bad. But it's kind of admirable. Like, it's funny that this show only lasted 5 episodes. That's what I find so hilarious. It's just like, okay, it's so sad.
They realized Swamp Thing wasn't a marketable venture and they pulled the plug.
Yeah. I'd be curious to look into more Swamp Thing, like different reincarnations and everything.
Different interpretations.
Like the Wes Craven movie, I'm curious to watch because I heard it's like so camp that it's great. So I'm curious to see that maybe
pretty
in the
cool.
future. Yeah. But yeah, Matt, what do you I didn't even know this was the pilot until the end. Like I was like, this was the pilot episode, and I had no idea what was going on.
This is how they started. That's what happens in episode 3. Naturally.
Wait, does the Swamp Thing go into space? That would be awesome.
No, space comes to the swamp, Josh.
No, I would rather have him in space. That would have been awesome. Yeah, I guess with the asteroid. I really want him to go in space. That's how the series
all
should
I
end,
need.
with him in space, and then like he like goes into the sun or something. I don't know. That's
Finally.
how.
None of this had to happen. Why? It's pretty cool.
So, is he supposed to be like in Louisiana or something like that?
I don't know.
Like,
It's pretty vague because there's the one guy is a witch doctor with a Jamaican accent who looks like a half melted Wisconsin butter sculpture.
well, with the witch doctor, I would assume like Louisiana, New Orleans kind of.
But he wasn't
area.
talking
Yeah.
like a
No, he
Creole witch
wasn't.
doctor.
No,
He sounded Jamaican for some reason.
Delbert or whatever the annoying kid's name
Doctor
was.
Doctor
He
something
had
or
a
other.
southern accent. Delbert, the annoying kid, who
Oh
I
yeah,
wanted him
yeah,
to
true.
die.
He
had a southern
golly, yeah.
He was so useless. They just have these useless characters who serve
Well,
no
that was
purpose,
to
just be
humanize it,
saved.
you know, because those are the kids supposed to be the kids watching the show. Like,
Yeah, but no one
golly, I
likes
wish
him.
Swamp Thing would come and save me from
No.
this dollar store bad guy.
And
who
like
lives...
Swamp Thing is so lame in this. Like in the first like 5 seconds, he gets captured by a net, and then he can't break free. Then I'm like, okay, aren't you supposed to be like super strong and have these abilities? Well, like he can't even get out of a net. You know, like really.
He did eventually find his way out.
Yeah,
he just
like
had
in the
to. He just
most
had to.
lame
You
way
know,
possible.
hold on. It was pretty cool when he absorbed himself into the ground.
Yeah,
like the
but
roots
like
of
to
the
be
tree.
defeated by a freaking like throw net just on top of him.
Well, he
He's
wasn't
like,
defeated. He just had a creative solution to it. This isn't Solomon Grundy. This is Swamp Thing. He does things differently.
Yeah, well, I guess Solomon Grundy like has more of a brain because he would have reacted faster than Swamp Thing did getting out of that net. So
if Solomon Grundy was the bad guy, he would have. The episode would have been 10 minutes long. Solomon Grundy would have whipped Swamp Thing's ass, and it would have been over.
Swamp Thing is terrible in this. I'm sure he's like great in the comic books and actually has like abilities that are pretty cool. But in this, he just seems very weak. Like the best thing he can do is reach his arm out like Gumby and like grab people, and it's like it takes so long.
It's funny you mentioned it. That shot is actually playing right now. When like he and Johnny Bayou are in the tree, and then Abigail comes by and he's like, "I'll get you from way down there."
It's so comically slow too. It
I know. It's
so
like
long.
a solid 2-minute shot, not needed. Look. Oh.
Oh no. Yes! Oh no. Then why
they were
would it
more
fail?
popular?
How is that possible?
Well, they decided they didn't need the show
anymore. Maybe it was
anymore.
just with that certain test group. Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense. I don't know.
Battle Trolls?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, so they just use the same frames and like the toys for their other failed show that came out a year later.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, look, it's Thomas A. Hawk. Yeah. Totally different character.
Like the frames, like the toys itself.
Is it like the Bayou Mobile?
Like the car and shit. Okay.
They stole their cars. That's so lame. These guys got their cars repossessed and someone more famous used
It's just a new paint job.
Oh my god.
Tony Hawk?
That's hilarious.
Tony Hawk's phone.
Yeah, Tom A. Hawk.
It sounds like you're saying
Thomas Anthony Hawk. Or a troll. Good lord.
Speaking of Tony Hawk and cartoons, remember when he was guest star in Rocket Power?
No.
Okay, sorry to throw a total curveball on that, but yeah.
That's all right. But speaking of cartoons from the 90s, this is what I love so much about stuff like this. Like the end of that era of just animation being this medium that people trusted so much that anybody could get the money to make it. And there were just a million animated things out there.
It's just
To the point where they weren't like all AAA releases. Like some of these things, like the best example I can think of besides this is Leon the White Lion. Like that VHS, you would just sort of, you don't know what that is? Oh my God. Okay, this is something else we should do a podcast about because this is Leon the White Lion. It's the most Lion King ripoff. But basically, it was this like barely copywritten piece of animation that I think came out of Europe. I don't remember the story exactly. I just remember.
Talking about Kimba? Are you talking about Kimba the White Lion?
Oh yeah, that's it. Kimba the White Lion.
Because Kimba came out before Lion King, like in the 60s.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. It's a originally Japanese
okay, yeah.
animation.
But the American dub is hilarious because it's only like 4 people.
Awful,
it's like 4 people that did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But,
I think I sent you a clip of it. I sent you a clip of
Yeah, exactly. But that was the sort of thing like you wouldn't find that at Blockbuster or like the library. You might find it at the library. But this was like if you walked into a bodega in the city, every once in a while there's like the
bodacious.
No. There's like the bootleg rack. You would find it there. Because these things are like barely copywritten, so like other people would get their hands on it and just like recreate it somehow and distribute it because no one's watching the copyright. That's just how like widespread these cheap animations became.
Especially,
and they've got VHS. So much charm to them. You can see how like
VHS.
A VHS, yeah.
Anyone could release a VHS tape and get distributed.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could make them in your living room with almost no. Yeah, true. Actually, isn't that how you that's how you started your career in media?
Oh yeah. I recorded over terrible movies with my crappy Lego Star Wars films, and I sold them in middle school. That's how I got started. Yeah. I actually made money off of that, which is ridiculous.
There's a market for it, man. That's how they get you. It's just like home ownership.
Exactly. Yeah, that was Blockbuster days. That was before Hulu and Disney Plus merged into one thing.
You had to go to the store to see what you wanted.
Yeah, that's what it was cool. It kind of felt like picking up a record or a CD, you know, like you kind of see the cover art and you're like, I don't even know what this movie is, but like the cover looks cool.
It's true.
And then
that's why I still,
you know. Yeah.
Exactly. This is how I discovered this because I still raid the $5 movie bin at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically basically you got our friend's old VHS tapes, and this is remnants from that.
Yeah. A buddy of ours, I still have my VCR, gave me huge box of classic films and stuff like this on VHS. So like I've got like Driving Miss Daisy, Goodfellas, stuff like that. But then I've got like exactly. But then I've also got turds like this.
I literally just watched
and it's a fantastic dichotomy. It's a fantastic dichotomy, and I love it. No, you know, this is exactly
crappy that it's great. You know,
a diamond in the turd, if you will.
Yeah,
there you go.
And you know, like having like I said, I like the backgrounds, like the swampy kind of atmosphere it has. You know, but you know, I think that's the highest praise I could give it. You know, the voice acting is really bad.
There's about 3 frames.
I wouldn't say the character design is terrible. I would just say how they're animated is terrible. You know,
Well, because they're trying to animate toys.
Yeah, basically, it's like posing. Yeah, like one of your action figures that only has two moves. You know, and that's basically.
And that's honestly a great excuse for like how limited the animation is, because it's like, oh, they just move the same way the toys do. What?
No.
This
They should have just
that's
filmed
probably how they
toys
wrote
at
this
that
script.
point.
That's how they wrote this script. One of the animators gave their kids all these toys and just like wrote down everything he said when he was playing
You're
with them for
probably
an
right.
afternoon.
That's probably what they wrote. I mean, listen, like the dialogue with the freaking steering wheel. The steering wheel. No. It's so
You
bad.
can't mutate a mutant.
Oh man, I think a kid would be more creative though. I don't know. It's like it. Well, I mean, you know, like how a kid rambles on and you don't know what
Yeah.
they're talking about when they're explaining a story. It
Is
does
that
feel
not
like
what
that.
watching this
So,
movie was like for you, Josh?
I might take it back. I don't know. Some kids are more creative than others.
Yeah,
so
true.
I wouldn't
true.
go past it. You know,
Some executives, kids. Who's, I want to
Yeah.
play with Swamp Thing.
I remember playing with my Ninja Turtles, and like I would actually take my live turtle out of its tank and go like, "Oh no, Donatello reverted back to a regular turtle. We got to get the ooze back," you know.
And your mom's like, "Stop abusing the pets, Josh."
No.
No.
But then, yeah, and then they eventually my turtles would die, you know, a year later because I'm like 7.
At the hands of
I
Shredder.
don't know how to fuck to take care of a turtle. Yeah. and then I would bury all, like, you know, I would bury them. Then I would wait like a year. Then I would dig them up, you know, uncover them. Like I felt like an archaeologist, like a paleontologist, like doing like a Dr. Grant like research. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm digging up dinosaur bones, my old fucking dead reptiles that are buried in the backyard. And I put it back.
So for whenever Josh becomes a person of interest in some sort of investigation, just cite this recording.
But it's not like I killed my animals.
No, you didn't kill. Well, I mean, not direct. You didn't directly kill them.
No, yeah. I just remember exactly where I buried them.
You took down the longitudinal latitude. How do you?
I'll wait a year. And actually, you know what? They were. No, it wasn't. It was like by the garden, which was perfect fertilizer for my mom's plants. But
that's a circle of life right there.
No, but I would wait enough time where there wouldn't be like any flesh or guts. It would literally just be bones. So it wouldn't be like as morbid as you could see it, you know. But like, say like you have a specimen in a jar and it's just like all bones. It kind of felt like that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like I'm digging up a dinosaur.
Yeah, thinking with the scientific mind, it's pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. If you look at it in the scientific way, but if you look at it in like actual emotion,
if you're your parents watching their son dig up his dead pets, you might be a little concerned.
They're little scientists, you know. They're trying to discover the world around them, and I thought that was the best way to figure out how
everything seems so much simpler through the eyes of a child, I suppose.
Yeah. Two dead turtles. Yeah.
You find turtles in the swamp. What do you want me to say?
But Matt, you know what lives in a turtles live in a swamp, right? You know what else lives in a swamp? You know what else lives
Your
in a swamp?
move, Mr. Bond.
Swamp Thing, Matt. Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is a swamp. He's the whole swamp. I don't know.
I mean, he's got feet. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you
Amazon,
could.
He would survive. You
well,
know,
like you or I. Yeah, you or I could go to Antarctica, but we wouldn't stay there long, would we?
No.
Same deal. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor. Like it's an no shit. But so would you. That's my point. It's the same deal for him. Congratulations, you cracked the Da Vinci Code, Mateo.
Oh, I just want to know, Matt, what was it like? Did you audibly like react when you're watching the show? Did you say like, "What is happening? What is this?" Because like, I just like, what was
We
your
had the
reaction?
benefit of each other to bounce off of.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, I was like yelling at the television. Connor was trying to calm me down throughout the whole experience.
It's always the same reaction.
Yeah. Oh, Freak was good.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's well, this you got to thank Connor for this. This is not my doing. This is Connor. Yeah, I thought it would be
Don't try to
a
deflect the
good.
blame onto me.
It, no, but you know, I thought it would be a good interaction. I wanted to see what your thoughts on with this. I wanted to share this experience with you, Matt. That's why I thought of you. You should feel special.
I love roasting just old C-list movies and TV shows.
I feel like with this series, since there's only literally 5 episodes, we should cover these.
We should do a follow-up.
We should finish these at some point. It doesn't have to be anytime soon. But
we should call it BatYard's Finest Drains the Swamp.
Yeah, drains the swamp because there's only 5.
Yeah, exactly.
5 little puddles
take
we
long.
can drain out of. Yeah, it really won't. But to be honest, that's really all I have to say about this cartoon. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to add.
Look it up, see for yourself, and harken back to a simpler time when anybody could make anything and put it on VHS.
Yeah, and when cartoons were only made to sell toys.
Because like animators like this, where are they now? They're YouTubers. You know, you see stuff like the C-list like guys trying to prove their worth. They don't make these straight to VHS movies anymore. They make YouTubes.
They make
animations on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna go to the outro. So, guys, we're gonna edit this out. But Matt,
okay.
you know what to say, right? No. You do your part.
I'm not gonna do your line for you.
Yeah. Matt, you do your part, and then I was thinking Connor would close it off with becoming super friends 1 episode at a time, right?
I like that.
You got that, Matt? Yeah, but you do Superman's pal. Remember?
This all gets lost in the edit. Don't worry, folks.
Yeah. This is all. Well, the audio version will be polished. This is just the live version. So you got it? You got it, Matt? Okay. You know what? Actually, right before we go into, we'll put this back in. So right before we go into the closing outro, I just wanted to shout out a few people. The Saturday morning Superman show. They've been they have a really cool podcast, all things animation of Superman, and I've been listening to them because we kind of tackle similar topics, but they sound more professional, definitely, than us. We're just rambling drunk idiots. So, it's kind of like if you like the red wine or the white wine, which one do you want? It really depends on your meal. So I want to shout them out. And I also want to shout out SK Illustrations, which we did a previous podcast with. He sent me, which I can't show you right now because it's on my wall, a Creature from the Black Lagoon rendition that he created, and now it's up on my wall. And I know Matt has a piece that he did for us at Hudson Valley Comic Con. I thought that was really cool. I just wanted to give those quick shout outs. I wanted to do that in the beginning of the episode, but I forgot. So maybe an audio version it will be in the beginning, but who knows? I don't know. Okay, so you guys ready for the outro?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Fuck, where do I say? This is why I write this down every time. Hey, guys. Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is Josh sending you off up, and away until next BatYard's Finest episode.
Becoming super friends, 1 episode at a time.
Oh, we did it.
All right.
All right. So sorry that was a pain in the ass. It only took us 30 minutes of maintenance to actually get this going through. But
That's all right. That's all right. It was worth it. How many people ended up in the chat?
I have no idea. I think we lost a few people because we started a little later than usual. I mean,
Nah,
and we wanted
bad.
to anyway. Not usual because
Yeah.
it's been but you know what? I think as long as we keep doing these, more and more people will show up. So we'll definitely
yeah, man. I'd be down for more.
definitely do this in the future. And I think this was a fun episode.
Nice.
So Matt, Connor, thank you for choosing Swamp Thing, the pilot.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Yeah, until next episode, we don't know what we're doing. So goodbye, everyone.
All right, peace and love.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna hang